This really is unacceptable. I gave you very specific instructions.
Emmet Selk.
My invitation was for an abomination, ripe with the power to bring about the world's annihilation. Not this half-broken thing. Whatever am I to do with you? And I see you insist on keeping the same familiar company. Are you so lost without them?
It is not she who is lost without the familiar. Not content with remaking an entire city, you aim to fill it with the reconstituted souls of the dead.
I may have gotten a little carried away in my attention to detail, added a few unnecessary flourishes. Well, there's no point trying to hide it. Yes. Once the rejoining of worlds is complete, Zodiac will regain his full strength and shatter his prison. Then we shall offer up the Source's remaining inhabitants in sacrifice, that we might resurrect our brethren who died to bring Zodiac into existence. But what was it that you came here to do exactly? Well, you can't have him. The wisdom that man guards may open up new worlds of possibilities. He has unlocked the secrets of travel across the rift, and through time as well, it would seem. Quite an accomplishment for one of his incomplete nature. I must explore the limits of his capabilities and harness that power for the Ardor. Even now, after everything, you refuse to see reason. You think it unfair that you are subject to suffering? That your lives will be sacrificed for the Ancients? Look at me! I have lived 1,000 of your lives. I have broken bread with you. Fought with you, grown ill, grown old, sired children, and yes, welcomed death's sweet embrace. For eons have I measured your worth and found you wanting. Too weak and feeble-minded to serve as stewards of any star. Have your recent spats with Vorthri and his Sin Eaters taught you nothing? Have you not learned that your ignorance and frailty beget only endless misery? How long do you mean to perpetuate this farce? How much more must I endure your bumbling interference? Let us imagine that the laws of reality are again undone and the world faces true annihilation. Do you honestly believe that half your number would sacrifice themselves to save the other? Of course they wouldn't! And if you had witnessed history unfold as I have, you would reach the same conclusion. You cannot be entrusted with our legacy. I will bring back our brethren, our friends, our loved ones. The world belongs to us and us alone.
Emmett Selk! We understand, truly, but it makes no difference. The ones you love are in the past, while ours are here in the present. One day, we too will be ashes and dust, but not today. Our time is not yet finished. We share your conviction, and that is why we will not abandon our course.
You think us the same? You think your tattered soul of equal worth to those I lost? Then come. Earn your place. Prove yourselves worthy to inherit this star. Behold the coming oblivion. 'Twas the end of our era and the beginning of our great work. A fitting backdrop for your final judgment.
I shall wait within, but do not spend too much time on your preparations. There's no telling how much longer the guest of honor will last.
Well, well, you prevailed.
Nevertheless...
Your performance was underwhelming, and I remain unconvinced of your worthiness. Oh, you tower over your misbegotten ilk, no doubt. But should I bring my full strength to bear, well, you would be as leaves in the wind. The gulf between us is a reflection of the disparity between the world as it was and what it has become.
Our worlds may not live up to your lofty standards, but they are our worlds, our homes, full of life and love and hope. And we won't stand by and let you destroy them!
Alizé!
You are a mistake. For we who have known perfection, the shattered source and these shards are ghastly mockeries of the true world. The ephemeral lives you exalt are pale imitations, utterly devoid of meaning.
Belittle us all you like, But we will rise again and again, and give the lie to your insults through word and deed. We define our worth, not the circumstances of our creation.
More prattle.
Fool. Who are you? No one. Nothing. Once I have reclaimed my heritage, my first act will be to expunge your stain from history's weave. My world will have no need for heroes.
Still fighting the good fight.
It is true that all we hold dear is fated to fade away, but that is no reason for us to forsake it.
To take what steps we may, and thus mark the road for those who would follow. To strive for the best of all futures. Be this not also thy purpose?
Do not presume to speak of my future. And you? Why waste your final moments in futile defiance? Weary wanderer, you've no fight left to fight, no life left to live. You see, the light will not be denied.
Surrender to your fate, and let the transformation take you. Rise up in madness and fury. Devour the vermin infesting the land which is rightfully ours. Now, Reed! Now!
Fight it. You have to hold on.
If you had the strength to take another step, could you do it? Could you save our worlds? take it. We fight as one. This world is not yours to end. This is our future. Our story.
No, it can't be.
Yeah, that's what I...
That trick of the light. You are a broken husk, nothing more. How can you hope to stand against me alone? We stand
Probably
together.
counter at some point.
How... I'm surprised you can stand at all.
I could not well leave matters half-finished. Let expanse contract, eon become instant. Champions from beyond the rift, heed my call!
Oh right, I even got my beaver.
Damn you all! Very well. Let us proceed to your final judgment. The victor shall write the tale, and the vanquished become its villain. But come, let us cast aside titles and pretense, and reveal our true faces to one another.
I am Hades, he who shall awaken our brethren from their dark slumber.
Honestly, this game, he had so much power, you should never be able to beat him. It's just... You know, it's like an ant fighting God, and God just goes, don't beat with the tip of a toe. And she's like, oops, sorry. But you're dead.
Show me your vaunted strength, and I shall expose the lie of your fragmented existence.
I totally forgot that was what his form looked like. What? I just remember the fight before that on that ledge. Or that wall where it stuck to the sides. That was super sweet.
You have no power over me.
Let's check what the difference is. Probably should have done.
Not killed.
I shall end this fight. What will become of it all? What will become of our troops? It is
Man, I'm bouncing down to like putting on
Enough, damn you!
Infernal strength!
Guess Pally has to be doing never mind.
Now! Strike with all thy might!
That would be a perfect moment to take a line out of Lord of the Rings. Growy.
Remember. Remember us. Remember that we once lived.
It's over. Emet-Selch is no more.
More importantly, how do you fare?
What dost thou see?
Her ether. It is as it used to be. As a disciple of Zodiark, the Ascian was the darkness to your light. I can but assume that when you set your strength against his, the light within you was spent.
No, it's more than that. Under the strain of that incredible flood of ether, your soul had begun to break apart. Yet now it seems somehow restored. I tried to help you before the battle, but Emmett Selk stopped me. So, how did you... exactly what did you... Can you tell us what happened?
Seems like I'd help with a friend. Yeah, it's okay.
I see.
Where to start? I believe I owe you all an apology. And you, most especially.
So don't remember this at all.
Well, 'tis good to be awake.
I want to know what's different. Because something there was different, but I don't know what.
Will not killed. Should I surrender this fight? What will become of it all? What will become of our dreams? Our despair?
Enough, damn you!
Yes, baby Smokey. Yeah, just give me about 4 minutes and you'll get food. Yes, I promise. Thank you, Square, for stealing my gearison. That's gotta hurt. Yes, hi. You're very cute.
Remember.
And how it just
Remember
puts
us.
it there like.
Remember that we once lived.
I didn't like him as opposition, honestly. He was one of the best main enemies, like of an expansion set, for sure.
It's over. Emmett Selk is no more.
More importantly, how do you fare?
Oh, that's
What dost thou see?
Her ether. It is as it used to be. As a disciple of Zodiac, the Ascian was the darkness to your light. I can but assume that when you set your strength against his, the light within you was spent.
No, it's more than that. Under the strain of that incredible flood of ether, your soul had begun to break apart. Yet now it seems somehow restored. I tried to help you before the battle, but Emmett Selk stopped me. So, how did you... exactly what did you... Can you tell us what happened?
I wish I did more with Reed, honestly. Like, build her up so big and then just like, poof, goodbye. I mean, I get it that she's from the 13th, but still. She still has Philia's power and the Oracle. Okay, so that's the same. So what else is different? So far.
I see.
Gotta be dead. Yeah, it's gotta be good. Fine.
Where to start? I believe I owe you all an apology. And you, most especially.
I totally didn't remember who he was, because I kind of glitched the game. Being that I had been playing just about since launch, so I had... Yeah, that's the difference. You can't say Graha. But, so I had actually played through all of ARR, all of Heaven's Ward and everything else, but I never did the Crystal Tower because it wasn't required for the MSQ originally, where now it is. So I really didn't have any interaction with Graha at all, because I didn't do anything besides going to the Crystal Tower bottom and just being like, cool, I don't want to raid that at the moment. I was coming off playing WoW, and groups really cause PTSD. because they were so bad in WoW. I mean, in WoW, it got so bad. One of the last ones I did as a raid was Raid Finder. And I was in it with my sister and my wife. And it was a 2-tank fight. And I only needed the off-tank to pull it off me for like 10 seconds to clear the stack. He kept trying to pull it off me. And we would end up wiping. And then he kept trying to get, like, the group to vote to kick me. And everyone was like, dude, what the effing heck are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm a better tank than her. And my wife was like, I can keep her up with a rejuve. I can't, with 2 other healers, keep you healed. Because you're so crappy, and your gear is shit. And you don't know what you're doing. In the end, I can't remember if he stayed with us to finish that raid or not. But, yeah, the whole raid knew. It was like, I mean, just jumped on this guy. Being like, literally, F off, leave her alone, and let her tank. Because I was main tank. Like, it was my freaking raid. And he only had to pull it off twice for like 5 seconds for me to clear a debuff. And when he did that, we did it first try, no problem. But if he tried to tank it, my wife, who was same as me, max level, fully geared, she with 2 other fully geared healers couldn't keep him alive. But with me, she'd just throw a rejuve on me and then worry about the rest of the raid. And the other healers would just do the same. They would put on a passive rejuve of some sort, depending on what their class was. And that's all I ever needed, except for the one big hit I would have to take at the end of that, where you had to pull the debuff off. And one time he didn't even do that, and I still survived it, which was supposed to be a one-shot. I still survived it. So it was just like, holy crap. So all that caused a lot of PSD, and I still suffer from that. I don't care what anybody wants to say. It is stressful as shit. Having so many bad groups. And Warcraft could fix it just by allowing healers to freaking res during a fight. Proper, not battle res. I mean, like, this res. Because, like, if you look to my other videos where I actually beat Dawn Trail, I was fine until I just accidentally got clipped by something that, if you watch video, it doesn't even make sense. I got rezzed, and as soon as I did was the angle, I didn't see that the wall was coming to slide, so where I rezzed, it just pushed me off the edge again. Res again, happened immediately again, due to the angles, and the 4th time I died, I was just like, LB3 heal, and cleared the raid, like brought them all back, and then almost one-shotted the entire raid, and 2 healers and a tank were left, and they resurrected the rest of the raid. But what was my point here? Oh yeah, actually that was exactly my point. We didn't die, like we didn't wipe. We did the final boss in that fight, no problem. Had that been WoW, that would have been the end. Just done, reset like 5-6+ times on that, if not more. And that really takes the enjoyment out of a game. And that's, I think, what makes such toxic groups in World of Warcraft comparatively Final Fantasy. And it's always been that way, except for a few like hardcore servers, and pretty much everybody that wants to play hardcore goes to those servers. Excuse me, Smoky Joe. Get off my desk. Off. Yeah, I thought so. There. Actually, it's past 4 minutes. Okay, let's just get out of this, and I will go feed him. But yeah, that's my rant about PTSD in games. And it still affects me, but I'm a lot better. I will do pickups, I will do runs, but I still get a lot of flashbacks of those horrid days. And it's still that bad in World of Warcraft, honestly.
No arguments here.
Anybody know where the door is? Man, that desolate city just makes me think of what I said to my sister and what I said in the video. The biggest shame in all of Dawn Trail is that the final zone, they don't let you get flying before you should it. Because it's one of the most beautiful zones I have ever seen. And except for a short little flight you get with Arendelle and his mother, which really doesn't show you much because it's pre-planned and camera angles and you're moving so it spins your camera. That's it. And that's an honest shame. It's a tragedy, honestly. Because it's one of the most beautiful zones and they totally don't let you at least experience it properly. Anyways, I have to go feed cats before they destroy my world. I'll be back. Oh, you're back. Back to recap.
So, those mad souls dove straight into the ocean over there, did they?
All I could see from here was the whale, Master Chai.
'Twas surely Alphino and those friends of his. They did something heroic, mark my words. You need only look up there for proof of that.
As you say, my love. They're sure to be back. Any moment now. Any moment.
They are coming back, aren't they? I couldn't bear the thought of...
There, dear. Everything will be all right.
There, look! Over there, over the beach!
It's a good thing I can breathe underwater.
Welcome back!
That was a cool thing they added in the game, and at least they referenced to the fact that you can do that later on without like, wait, what? You can breathe underwater? You're like, yeah, can't you? Turtle taught me. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And the bottom of the sea.
I didn't think we'd be swimming the whole way back. Heavens, take me.
Alphino! Oh, hells.
You probably sink like a stone since you have stone. I mean, it's just like... I just teleported.
Where's Urianger?
Yeah, he doesn't really...
He must have fallen behind.
But shouldn't we look for him?
No.
He'll wash up, sooner or later.
For the love of... Alphino!
Welcome back, dear ones!
I still wish you could just summon her anytime, like you could before. Well, sort of.
And thus did salvation come to the first. The lamps of Amarot will fade along with Emet-Selk's enchantments, and the depths shall be as once they were.
Not for like my entire lifetime, so I can teleport back.
Mount Gulg will one day fall, and the Talos below yield to wind and rain. This tale, too, will fade with time, passing into legend as the world heals and moves on.
You could swim from the bottom and clean yourself.
Nevertheless,
screw, compression and breathing and diving from that far, that would kill you unless you're the main character. Whatever. Who cares about physics? I have to say, the whole thing with Zero is probably the best post-expansion content I've ever done. Why didn't they just, like, beat him itself and then fast travel? Okay, well, I might have had to drag Thancred's ass because he can't fast travel. But I can breathe underwater, you know, we'll leave it at that. You can help somebody.
As ether obeys the cycle, as death and decay gives way to new life,
one thing about this expansion that never made really clear sense is why they did this whole thing of all of a sudden Emmet
so
making
too
it
the memories
meteors,
we
and everyone
share
was like, can
inspire
hear
others
the
to
echo.
rise to greatness.
It's like, what the heck was the point of that?
For we who walk before may lead those who
Maybe
walk
just introduce
after.
it as a populace, but that's not the story point.
Your road goes ever on, as does your story, as does your legacy. Such is the hero's lot, to touch the lives of countless others.
Excuse me?
It's fair stuff.
You're the Warrior of Darkness, aren't you?
For my gear.
Where are you from, really? And how did you get to be so strong?
I think Shadowbringers is just probably one of my most favorite expansions. Especially the beginning, like the fight with what's a stupid face? Ranjit, I think. That was really annoying. And the worst part is I was still supervisor at my store, and one of my employees was named Ranjit. And I really hated the character in the game Ranjit, and I had to work so hard to make sure I didn't hate the guy at work, although he did eventually become a real ass, but, you know. Oh no, Ranjit was fine. It was Prince. That was the ass. Should have kept his robes and a better posture like he
By
does
your
now.
deeds has the blinding light been banished from these skies, and the Sin Eaters driven to retreat. Although our many hurts will be years in the mending, I have faith that this world and her people will one day be whole once more. With no rejoining in prospect, the Source need no longer fear the coming of an 8th umbral calamity.
You were so wrong.
And with that triumph, the future from which you came will no longer come to pass. Yet here you still stand.
So I do. I wonder if that other age continues onward somehow, cut adrift from time's flow. Or have I simply etched myself a place upon this new block of history? Either way, this is an unexpected development. As the summoner of your souls, my death was meant to release you back to your world. Yet I am very much alive, and you are still stuck here in the First.
I believe I speak for us all when I say that we are happy to postpone our return if it means your life is spared. We will seek out another way.
Besides, I never had any intention of rushing home. There are people here I still need to thank, and this means I might actually have time to do so.
Yet we dare not neglect our comrades in the Source. Mistress Tataru, to name but one, will be most anxious to know how things stand with us.
So, you'll just have to make the journey alone for the moment. Be sure and give a full report to our fellow Sires, will you? Oh, and we'd also appreciate any news you can bring us from back home.
Then I see no reason to delay. I can open the path from here.
Or I can fast travel.
I imagine we each have matters demanding our attention, so let this be a farewell for us all. Send word when you've resummoned our friend.
Yes, you go and find your furry...
Oh, and do try to ensure she arrives within the city next time.
Fuzzy buddy.
Of course. I shall strive for utmost accuracy. No strange forests or unplanned passengers, I promise.
I'm a little relieved, to be honest. I would have been terribly lonely if everyone had suddenly disappeared. But I understand that you have to go. Safe journey, warrior of darkness. I hope to see you again soon.
Just a moment while I attune the portal. Then you can be on your way. When I was a boy, many long years ago, I yearned to stand tall as the heroes of Eld. But like a fool seeking to pluck the stars from the heavens, my every attempt to reprise their deeds fell short. And then one day, an all but forgotten dream from my youth stood before me in the flesh. A hero who looked at the horizon and beyond and saw I knew not what. All I knew was that I would give anything to stand at that hero's side. Would that it was so easy. The glory of the heavens was ever beyond the grasp of those who never thought to reach for it. But if I have gained anything from all of this, it is the courage to stretch out my hand. Do you hear me, Grahatia? This is no time for sleeping.
To the west gate. I want to know what's happening there.
Same as the others. Struck down with a single blow. An unfortunate day to draw guard duty. Forgive me. These were your people.
We took advantage of this slaughter to slip into the palace. 'Tis not for me to grieve them. That was the Emperor. Wait! Ugh! Your Radiance!
Gaius! You've missed your part in this, I'm afraid.
Identify yourself, demon!
You were hoping for the Ascian? The Craven shed this skin and fled, rather than face me. A pity. I was looking forward to crossing blades with myself. But I cannot deny the feeling of satisfaction. Body and soul reunited at last.
What now? The game continues, but the pieces have changed.
Only if we trust in a paragon's words. A mistake I do not intend to repeat. Gaius!
He speaks the truth. Elidibus is gone. Tore a hole into the rift. Xenos, my foolish, greedy son. Was a second life not enough? Was the Empire too rich a prize to ignore? True freedom for our nation, our people, will never be won by a spoiled princeling. The burden of this throne is beyond you.
'Tis you, father, who have struggled with this burden. Simply holding the Empire together has occupied your limited faculties. But you may take comfort in knowing that I have no intention of pursuing your tedious agenda. Nor am I interested in ruling over the Empire's lands. I came only to remove that which ruins my sport. I will not have my prey stolen by your petty wars and cowardly weapons.
You would kill me just for that.
I need no other reason. Any and all who interfere with my hunt will not do so twice! I heard the Ascians speak of Zodiac and Eidolon. Even the will of this star is but a construct of our own making. We shall gorge upon their strength, and then, my friend, our contest shall begin anew.
Really gotta like watch the end of an expansion before you start playing the next one, because man, the end game like post content totally skews what's going on. Yeah, good luck with that. Oh, right, they're in the first, not the source. Oopsie. I wonder if every shard has a star that's also a spaceship with labyrinths on it.
You're here. Good.
So, how are they?
Still locked in slumber, but otherwise in good physical health. For the present, at least.
For the present? Oh no, is something wrong with them?
I'm afraid there may be. I summoned you after detecting faint signs of instability in Thancred's corporeal ether. But subsequent examination suggested all 5 might be affected. And when I examined them just now, my fears were confirmed. Tellingly, the degree of instability varies between them. Thancred exhibits the most notable signs, followed by Y'shtola and Urianger. The twins' ether, meanwhile, remains relatively stable, but there is a change there too if one knows to look for it.
Hold on. Isn't that the order they were called away in?
Indeed. Which leads me to believe the instability will only increase with time. Though I can but speculate, I fear this may be a symptom of a weakening link between body and soul.
By the gods! What happens if the link is broken?
I cannot say for certain. This is all unknown territory to us. Yet whatever happens, it cannot be good. Mercifully, the instability is still only slight. And you may rest assured, Master Matoya and I will do everything in our power to keep it from worsening. Be that as it may, it is imperative that you find a way to restore our friends' souls to their bodies. Thank you.
But where's she even supposed to start? We had the greatest minds in the realm hunting high and low for an answer, and they ran out of places to look.
You stated in your report that the Exarch had originally intended to reverse the summoning process by means of his own death, correct? Raha always was a reckless young fool, ready to die for the first righteous cause that came along. His plan might well have worked, but I for one am glad he never had the opportunity to see it through. Even if it does mean our friends must remain stranded a while longer. There is another way, I am sure of it. And the key lies with him, with the Exarch. Pray return to the First and apprise him and the others of the situation. We, meanwhile, will do what we can from here. And, if the fates are kind, we will have good news to share upon your return.
No. I don't know what I didn't do.
That was my fiercest familiar. Oh, impressive.
Backlook, 'tis good to see you again after all these years. And judging by your vigorous greeting, I dare say the feeling is mutual. To be sure, a simple shake of the hand would have sufficed by way of welcome, but I shan't complain. But you must be wondering as to the purpose of our visit. We come to beg your assistance in a most urgent matter.
Shake? Beg?
Our comrades' very souls are in danger. If we are to save them, we will need the benefit of your unsurpassed knowledge on the matter. Please, will you not sit and hear our plea?
Oh, how dare you! How dare you speak thus in my presence! It was to escape such words of temptation that I hid myself from the world of men. You are sinners, one and all, and I swore never again to have any part in your affairs.
I can only imagine what terrible events forced you into a life of seclusion. But I know that the Numo are a good and noble folk. It is not in your nature to turn a blind eye to the plight of those around you. And in treating with us, I am certain whatever mistrust you feel for man will begin to heal.
If you will not be satisfied, I suppose I could listen. After all, there's no harm in just... No, I mustn't. Not again. That damn court mage seemed to have the best of intentions too, and countless innocents died for my naivety. Oh, you know not what you ask of me, what horrors my knowledge has wrought.
That's gotta be where that decision comes in for different options.
To save your friends? Nothing more? Do you swear it?
No. No.
Oh, very well. I will hear your petition, but that is all. And I expect fitting payment for my troubles.
Commensurate with your contribution to our cause. No more and no less, I promise you. With that settled, might I impose upon you to join us at the Crystarium? I'm afraid the nature of my friend's predicament calls for absolute secrecy.
I'm sorry. You mean to tell me not only that the return of night was your doing, but that you hail from another world as well?
Everything we told you. Of the source, the shards, the 7 umbral calamities. All of it is true. I realize how fantastical it sounds, and I would not blame you for doubting our testimony. But given your expertise, you must surely have noted the peculiar nature of their souls.
Any other time and I would have dismissed your stories as balderdash and flummery. But upon closer inspection, 'tis plain their souls are far denser than is normal, and that they do not possess true bodies. Save you. Your body is your own, and your soul is the densest of them all.
I don't know if I take that as a compliment or not.
As I said before, were it not for their heroism, the skies over Norvrant would still be awash with light, the realm yet at the mercy of 4-3 and the Sin Eaters. After all they have done for our home, seeing them safely back to their own seems the very least we can do.
Your tale is intriguing. Yes, very intriguing indeed. Simply to hear it is fitting payment in itself. As for your friends, I can but agree. Their valorous deeds on behalf of Norvrant are deserving of recognition. Of the...
You will help us then?
I will. I would see my knowledge put to good use for a change. I do have one condition, however. I am not the spry young Numo I once was. As such, I will require assistance in my fieldwork and testing.
It would be our pleasure. We'll be laboring for our own benefit after all.
I mean, I do remember all this part, generally speaking. Still reviewing it to figure a few things out.
Let us begin.
Doesn't that sound
I
dumb?
trust you've prepared the clay. Very good. Now, I would have you sculpt for me a porksy. Plump, with floppy ears and a short curly tail.
A porksy. I think I know what you mean. There we are. How's that?
Oh boy. Alpha node.
Well, it is certainly creative. There's no denying that.
Yes, I'm no artist. Very funny.
Pay him no mind, child. Though it may look like a grotesque parody of reality, it is what the invoker believes that matters.
You're not helping.
But I speak the truth. If successful, this incantation will turn imagination into reality. Which is why the only thing of import is what you believe this figure embodies. You must focus. Hold the Porksy's image steady in your mind's eye. Now then, as I taught you, relax and allow your energies to flow.
With flesh of clay I bid thee rise, on wings of dreams to touch the skies. What once was idle fantasy, I call forth to reality.
Not bad for a first attempt. Now, let us see what can be done for young Halric. Through the operation of the magics you invoked to animate this familiar, it is now replete with the energies required to stir the boy's soul. You need but give it a name, and it will do as your heart desires.
A name. All right, I've decided. Now. Go, Angelo!
Mother,
Oh, thank heavens you're here.
Lady Chai, whatever is the matter?
I knew not where else to turn. Oh, this is all too much for my poor heart to bear alone.
Alone? What of Master Chai?
But that is the very reason I summoned you. He's gone.
What? What happened?
It all began after the events at Mount Gulg. With Lord Vorthry out of the way, we all agreed that a new leader must be chosen.
And so you held an election?
Yes, well, sort of. Not a single person volunteered to stand, you see. After a lifetime of leisure, we free citizens have grown somewhat indolent.
Readapting to the harsh realities of life is trying enough, but to take charge of a broken city as well? No one wanted such responsibility. Nevertheless, Yulmore could not well do without a leader, and so we decided that anyone and everyone should be considered a candidate. And after we cast our ballots and tallied the votes, the mayorship fell upon my dear husband.
Well, given the manner in which he orchestrated the construction of the giant Talos, none could deny his leadership qualities.
But even before then, he had proven himself at Daedalus Stoneworks, don't forget. He is more than qualified for the role. The perfect choice. Indeed. I told him as much when his victory was first announced. But perhaps I was too forceful in my attempt to encourage him. For shortly after that, he vanished without a word.
You believe he was so daunted by the burden of leadership that he felt compelled to flee? Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes. Your husband does not strike me as the sort of man who would abandon his duty, much less his beloved wife. There has to be some other reason for his absence.
You truly think so? What about you? What do you think has become of my husband?
And there you have it, Lady Chai. You needn't worry. Master Chai loves you more than all the world, and he will return. Wherever he may have gone, rest assured we will find him.
Thank you, my dear boy. You have set my mind at ease. I will trust in my husband and await his return.
Well, well, it's you again. Well, I see you've invited your friends. Need them to fight your battles for you, do you?
No, I didn't invite them, as it happens, though they are indeed my friends. Well, not only mine, but every true Yulmoran's. They are the ones who awakened us to the truth, to Lord Forthry's villainy. The famous warriors of darkness.
Are they now?
Yes, they are. It would be no exaggeration to call them our saviors. We owe much and more to their kindness, but we cannot depend on that kindness forever. To do so would be a little different from entrusting our affairs to Lord Forthry. Nay, we must learn to stand on our own 2 feet. And I would have them present to witness my attempt.
Hear, hear, Master Chai.
Your sentiments are admirable. Yet admirable sentiments do not a nation make. In my capacity as advisor, I once strove to build a better Yulmore. Gave honest counsel to my superiors, drafted laws for the benefit of one and all. But in time, my values fell out of favor. There was no need for them in this paradise Forthry was creating. And so I left my homeland behind. But you, Chai News, you were content to wallow in indolence under Vorthri's auspices. And so I cannot help but ask myself what manner of nation you intend to build.
I can offer no simple answer to that question. But this much I will say. It is my hope that Yulmore can become a nation which her citizens might freely choose to build together. A great many people, myself included, flocked to Yulmore seeking sanctuary. The alternative being to live in fear and die in pain. It seemed an easy choice. And sanctuary we found. As much food and drink as we could ever want. Secured at the cost of the surrounding villages. Little wonder the people gathered at our doorstep, begging to work among the bonded. The free were blind to it all, of course. Content to, as you say, wallow in indolence. In ignorance. Were I mayor, I would first take stock of the city's resources and see that they were assigned equitably. Our days of reckless consumption are behind us. The distinction between free and bonded died with Vorthri. The needs of rich and poor alike must be considered if our nation is to survive. To which end I would take steps to secure channels for supplies, rekindle relations with nearby settlements, who re-establish industry, reach out to neighboring nations, and the list goes on and on. But I am no ruler, nor even a politician. I am an entrepreneur. My expertise lie in planning and profit. I haven't the knowledge or experience to run a nation. Please, Rendon, will you not help me? Together, we could solve the city's problems. Build a Yulmore for the people.
A Yulmore for the people. I rather like the sound of that.
So that's where they got the model.
My counsel, I would be certain of your ability
from
to
Master
perform the
Chai.
duties
That's
of
the one they
office.
gave to
You would?
Gralatia, which makes them look
You
off
ask me to
balance.
help you solve Yulmore's problems. But first, I would see you solve one on your own. Accomplish that, and you will prove both to me and the people that you are a man worth following.
Right then, form a line and make for Yulmore.
You better learn what to do. I'm just cleaning your eyes, baby. Relax. Relax. Better not have goopy eyes. Cool. Hey, pretty
What's that noise?
What? Run away, Talos! Call the guard!
One thing I hated about this expansion is how they kept calling you a sinner. It's such a bad word with bad religious context, and it shouldn't have been part of this. Like, maybe Ranjit or something, like, could have called you, but there was way too many people calling you it, and it just was not right.
Stay back! All of you!
Is that... Darling, you're back.
But of course I'm back. You didn't see...
Seriously, I can't...
And he's dead.
Oh!
Just drop him. Oops. Oh well, good thing we have a healer. Then I have one of my other babies with me tonight. Little Miss Noir.
I'm sorry, my darling. It's just the sight of you filled me with such joy, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, no, it's all right, dear. I should have just come out and said what it was I was intending, instead of entrusting the task to a hastily scribbled letter.
Does that mean you'll do it?
Well, I'm here, aren't I? I mean, not that my absence signified any unwillingness, you understand? Oh, no, naught could be further from the truth. I only left to enlist the aid of the former mayor's senior advisor. And now that I have it, I believe I am ready to take office.
Oh, how wonderful!
And time to die again.
Please!
Talk about a ragdoll. I hate you. You're so cute. Come on, let's settle down, love. I still don't even remember the post MSQ most of this, like fragments, I remember, but not much. I think I got a better mic.
Go on, dear.
Thank you all for gathering here today. But before going any further, could I ask the free citizens of Yulmore to look around? It is a sight none of us would ever have seen under Lord Forthree's rule. Not only do we stand in the familiar presence of those we once called the Bonded, but today we welcome the peoples of the Derelicts and Gate Town too. Today we welcome the Warriors of Darkness, come to bear witness to Yulmore's new beginning. As you know, an election was recently held, at the end of which I had the honor of being chosen to succeed Lord Vorthry. You place great faith in me, and I promise to do my utmost to live up to your expectations, and I will seek always to carry out the duties of this office with integrity and fairness. Always, I say, but not forever. Let it be known that I do not intend to hold this post indefinitely. I consider myself but an acting mayor, who will serve only for the interim, while Yulmore is reshaped according to a new set of values. No longer can we think of ourselves as divided, as the free and the bonded, citizens and non-citizens. The systems put in place by Lord Vorthry must be undone. But even as we tear down the old, we must give thought to the new, to what manner of nation Yulmore should become. Whatever the answer may be, it cannot be decided by one man alone. And so I propose that an open forum be held, that we might all discuss how best to strive towards a better future. However, there can be no talk of the morrow unless we first address the issues of today. Securing new sources of food, rebuilding relations with our neighbors, re-establishing industry. There is much and more that needs to be done. Too much for a mere man of business. And so I pledge instead to do everything in my power to ensure our city's security and stability while we all work together to see these problems solved. The road before us will not. But we must accept the reality of our circumstances. We must move forward.
I have to check. I wonder if it's the same voice actors and
this much we owe to ourselves and to the brave heroes who risked their lives to bring back the night. Once we have shored up our city's foundations and regained some semblance of normality, let us reconvene to speak of the future. Until then, I humbly ask that you lend me and each other your strength for Yulmore!
Sorry to keep you waiting. I've carried out the treatment as per Master Matoya's instructions. It should slow the destabilization of their corporeal ether quite significantly. But tell me, how fare our friends in the First?
So this Becklug's the first to lead an authority on soulcraft, are they? Sounds promising.
And Urianger's proffered solution of white auracite is rather ingenious now that I think of it. Well, while they press on with their preparations, you may rest assured we will continue to do our part here.
Oh, you're back. And none the worse for wear, I see.
Estinian! Oh, thank the gods! We've been worried sick. Did you lose your link pearl or something?
The situation in Garlemald has become more complicated. I was making my escape from the capital when I ran into one of yours, Riol. He thought it best we come straight here.
More complicated how?
Where to begin? After entering the Empire via Razad Han, I went about my mission of investigating Black Rose. It was then, inside a provincial factory, that I encountered the one who styles himself Shadow Hunter, Gaius Baelsar. Our goals being apparently aligned, we joined forces and ventured on into the heart of the capital, to the very Imperial Palace itself. There, we found a man whom all assumed dead. But his soul lives on, and he has wrested back his flesh. Xenos Ye Galvus. Nor did the surprises end there. For no sooner had we arrived than he murdered his sire in cold blood. The Emperor is dead. This sent Gaius into a rage, and he charged in, blade drawn.
What's wrong?